Hey guys, welcome back. Oh, that's me on the camera still. I didn't take that down during the break. Let me fix that one. That is not the right button, Jason. There you go. So, welcome back to ESL TV. Wow, that was an embarrassing intro. As you saw how I was sitting. This is the Black Monster Cup. We're into our last quarterfinal. We'll find out what is our final team going through, obviously, into the semis. As right now we have Mouse Sports and Lubin Shore, or previously Meet Your Makers, Gamers 2, Unicorns of Love. We're gonna find out, will it be SK Gaming Prime or will it be RoX that will be joining them? And all right, now let's go to the laps for both of you guys, or not for both of you guys, for all of you guys at home, for both these teams. We have Smitty, and bear with me on this one, Julius, What the Fox, Ziz, and Zaitan. Now we're on the side of RoX. Much easier for me, even though they are, I believe, Russian. Fariz, Damashka, Famko, Nixar, and Demonko. So let's see how this goes. And to me, the RoX team is like the new Meet Your Makers for me. The Meet Your Makers team, we casted back, 2 years ago practically, playing Go for Lols and all of those. You knew the lineups, you knew they were good, and you just wanted to see them finally break through and kind of have that same feeling for these guys here. So let's see what's going to happen. To me, RoX are the are the favorites of this one, but so far I'm 0 for 1 today on that.
Minions have spawned.
Alright, but RoX, as you can see, set up in that top bush here in the river. They're looking for potentially a late or delayed invade here, and it looks like it should be successful as well. They're going to walk in, they're going to have Lulu off to the right side, but she actually will spot up the tail end of RoX. But either way, they will make it through. They have a ward on their own blue buff, and they will be able to see if Gilius will go there for that one. And alright, now we're going to have Free stick with them. Sorry, a little cough. And we will also have, since we're on the 4.6 patch, it looks like potentially that 4-man push on that top lane here on the side of RoX. And let's see what happens. You can see Gilius is down towards his own red buff here and can transition obviously over towards that bottom turf he needs to. I believe Zaitan, blue with Smitty here, not actually having a top laner just yet, trying to secure double buffs before they go for that 4-man push. It looks like it will be pretty successful. Right now, Damashka able to get his own red buff. They're going to actually group up, go for the 4-man push. It looks like we will have just some turrets traded here for each team, and kind of what you come to expect. It's a set of a few teams. And let's see what happens. It looks like I'll try to shove out this wave. Going to go for the tower to be taken down. Damashka even coming in with that smite. And they will be able to clear out that wave, and let's see who actually pulls it off quicker. They're already attacking the turret. We're on the other side, if you can see. Damashka almost getting down to the turret here. You have Gillis and Smitty actually not going for that 4-man push, so they're not trying to take a tower just yet, and this actually might be a very detrimental thing to them, because they will lose out on one, and potentially a second here. Alright, so there's the first turret of the game at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And you can see right now that Zaitan is backing to base to head up towards that top turret. So they will transition to defend onto the second turret here, but they won't even pick up one turret themselves. I'm not too sold by this currently, because right now you can see SK is not able to get that bottom turret. And next are going to continue to push through here. Gillis coming in though. You can see Damashka is up to the top side. The bubble will unfortunately miss out on this one, and Nix are trying to get some distance. Here goes Damashka from the side, and he won't be able to keep him alive. The summoner heal was used. Either way, they will back off, but they still come out ahead with that 1 turret lead. So right now, as you can see, between the quote-unquote top laners, 11-5 in favor of Freeze. Mid lane is in favor of What the Fox, which you kind of would expect here with the Yasuo versus Italy. And between AD carries, 23-18, so not that big of a difference between them. But Ziz has been able to have that free lane to farm up by himself in that one-on-one position. And he obviously is, kind of caster heavy. That will benefit him quite a lot here, and let's see how this progresses through here, because I haven't seen teams really respond to that 4-man aggression onto that top or bottom lane before like that, and I'm actually curious if it works out or if it's actually maybe a mistake on their part. Like I said before, I actually don't recognize any of the players on the team for SK, because this is not the same one that qualified through. Gillis getting caught out though, going to be actually forced to pop the flash here. The spear almost connecting. And they were able to pull away those double buffs, and Damashka, you can tell he thought about rotating in for that one, or at least flashing in for it. And then he just backed away, and Nick's starting to take some good damage there. Knocked down about half HP. While Lisa low, turret outplayed him. Yeah. That can also be a danger if you... Well, he could have been ganked right there. And I can see Nixar though. Oh, he has some sustain out of the Nami support, so not going to be too worried here. You can see Dimash go up to the top side of Famco. Just taking those Wraith camps here. And now, it seems like the game has normalized a little bit. Obviously, Smitty has to be careful. He does have a pink ward down in the top side of the river, which would prevent Damashka from sneaking in that way. But other than that, he doesn't have anything. And well, Damashka's on his way. Gillis is on his way as well. And they're looking to maybe go for a little bit of a counter gank here. And you're seeing Freeze and those cleavers on a Smitty. Trying to just fire up Sizz, getting caught with the bubble. But no damage going to be followed up with that one here. And Damashka is going back to base. This could be very dangerous. And now Yasuo has at level 6. Famco as well. And they will just go head to head. I'm actually curious. There, he's still leveling up his spear. Actually leveled up his heal as well, realizing that he doesn't have the ability to really harass with those spears too much here. And I believe Gillis has made his... No, he hasn't made his presence known on the top side just yet. And Fariz, well, he's Mundo. We'll get caught with Cocoon. We'll be forced to pop the flash here, but look at this. He's so low on life. The Ignite is taken away. Will he have the regen? No, he does not, but he gets the kill either way onto Smitty. Returns it back, picking up a 1-for-1 there. That makes something out of nothing, so he doesn't get first blood, but it at least comes out even in that one. And right now you can see Zaitan laying the hooks on Demonco on the bottom side. We'll get hit with the bubble though, and some good damage being traded, and this actually could potentially be a kill, but Nixar will just back off instead. Trying to catch back up in CS here. It may force a little bit of aggression. It may force SK to actually go back to base on this bottom side, and what the fuck is just going to be face tanking up these minions. Hasn't gone back to base just yet. Hasn't bought up, but he has a lot of money to spend. 1800 now. Yeah, Unicorns of Love did win because Invaders had to forfeit due to internet problems for their top laner Chosen. Damashka coming on to What the Fox, but his Q will not land through that wind wall, so... Yeah, so a little bit hard to gank before releasing. Meantime, though, Freeze picking up the Negatron Cloak. And you see the Chalice and the Double Doran's Ring picked up for Smitty. So he's looking to, well, kind of sustain in his lane here. And the hook, again, landing on a Nixar. Will get flayed back, but has a lot of damage to return here. And seeing Zaitan eat out on a lot of that damage. And, well, Nixar is able to sustain with that Vamp stuff that he was able to get from that first turret going down. And it will keep him in the lane for quite a long time. What the Fox got to be careful here. And once he does have Summoner Heal, and there is no Ignite, so he should be okay for a little bit. In the meantime, CS normalizing everywhere except middle. And I imagine if What the Fox, when he goes back to buy, which he finally has, picking up Berserker Greaves and the Zeal, he actually could pull farther ahead, but you just saw the glimpse of Gillis going for a gank on the bottom side. Will be standing on a ward in that Tribush though, and that gank won't be successful. So he'll now be forced to back out, but Famco hasn't gone back to base. He's sitting on a good amount of money too, and let's see what he does buy, if he goes for the Chalice or goes for the Seeker's Arm Guard. I want to imagine Seeker's Arm Guard plus another, well, the ring, but he goes for the Tear and the Seeker's Arm Guard here, so Archangel Staff can actually, sorry, the Saracen Brace is going to come in handy when he does get dove. If he does get dove. Now Nixar and Demonco going to push out this bottom lane. Have a slight CS lead here. Does he have the money? No, not just yet, but he will for that BF sword here in just a few seconds. And now by having that Cougar form, I would imagine that Famco would have an easier time CSing. And that pink ward now going to be taken away here. And you even see the gank potentially coming around. Famco will be able to dodge out at least the Q from What the Fox, but only dodge out more than that. And it looks like he will take a heavy amount of damage. Will he get knocked up? It looks like he won't. He has blue buff. Unless he has a sustain from his heals here. And he actually 4-1-2, so heal hasn't been leveled up here just again. Jasuo was so ahead. Alright, gank back on the top side here. Mundo gonna pop his ultimate. He's ignited up though. The ultimate knocks him up. And that's just a little bit too easy for them. Fariz, fortunately, doesn't have heal or doesn't have a way to get out of that one. It's just focused ganks coming in for Gillis onto that top side. They're really trying to punish Freeze. May take down that turret, and Famco gonna get ulted. Look at the damage he's taking. Pops a summoner heal, gets healed from Nami as well here, and he's looking for the fight. He does heal himself up. Exhaust comes in, they're looking for the kill, but now Nick start getting caught with the hook and the flay, and he will be taken down. So SK picking up another one right there, currently leading 3-1 here. Not to mention taking down that top turret. So SK Gaming pulling ahead here in gold at 14.5 thousand to the 13.5 at only 10.5 minutes in. The tier is used for like the burst that Yasuo can do later on to stop Famco from dying instantly. And Athene's Holy Grail wouldn't really help with that one. And I believe plus he knew his blue buff was going to be up, so he'd have the ability to spam away and wouldn't really need that chalice. And now SK picking up a second turret here. Demonco not fortunately able to hold on to that one. You see both AD carries pretty even in terms of items, though a boot advantage for Ziz. As you can see, what the fucks. He's only about 20 CS ahead, not even that so far. And that CS lead hasn't been building anymore for him. You can also see that, ooh, wow, the spear. That Damashka actually invested into Boots mobility very early on, and right now they need to back up here. They need to clear out these waves because that turret, well, they're going to back off. They're going to let that one fall here. That'll be 3 turrets in a row, given over to SK, and now, you know what? There's a dragon on the bomb side we could probably pick up. Why not go for it here? And this is a perfect time for RoX to counter this. They have Mundo who can teleport. They have 4 men already down there on the bottom side. And they have the newly spears to siege away. And honestly, Mundo does go back. He could lose at the top turret, but now Demonco taking a lot of damage here. Cullen coming in, and he will pick up the kill. And it's now 4-1 here, and SK, they're starting off very strong right now. And like I said before, Freeze, he can't really afford to go down towards his bomb side because if he teleports, he will lose out on his turret. And Ziz is all taking half damage from those spears. And the siege is able to hold them off of that dragon, but they still lost 1 man either way. Sorry, I can't seem to stop coughing right now for some reason. So I had to take a little bit of a drink of water. Miculus has picked up now his Spirit of the Ancient Golem. He won't be getting right there just yet, but Stag Shiv is almost done for Yasuo now. And they're starting to get, you know, pretty far ahead. They're leading by 2.7 thousand gold. Starting to get a couple of items. Bloodthirst not picked up for Ziz. He's ahead in Nixar in terms of that. Though Nixar will have it when he does go back, obviously. Top lane, Freeze hasn't really been able to buy anything just yet here as he has a Spectral's Cowl. He's trying to go in for his Spirit Visage right away, but actually just doesn't have the money for it here. And also, Damashka, like I said before, rushing the Boots mobility. Not going for his Spirit of the Ancient Golem, or Elder Lizard, sorry. Just yet. And I can see he's level 9, so he's a little bit ahead of Gillis, but I imagine that's not going to be sticking around for much longer. As you can see, it's just about to hit level 9, and probably will get off the red buff anyways. And well, Freeze was pushed up against his own turret on the top side for such a long time, but no ganks even came in onto him. Onto Smitty right there. It's a little bit surprising realizing how far pushed up he is, and you can see the wards he doesn't really have as well. Obviously a little bit hard to chase down. But you're Lee Sin, you're so fast. And you can see right now SK, with that stupid lens, 3 of them now. Transitioning very quickly over to that. Trying to push, trying to get a little bit of vision control over towards this dragon. They definitely want to go for it right now, and I believe they know that Lee Sin and Nami are both over there with the help of a ward. And Nixar, he's not leading CS right now, as you can see, 108 to 112. Should tie things up here very quickly. Freeze and Smitty going head to head. I don't think Freeze is too worried about this since he has a Spirit Visage. Should be able to harass Smitty down quite well here. Just needs to make sure to clear out those waves as fast as he possibly can, since he can be shoved in very quickly. Unless you have to pop his Burning Agony if he wants to, you know, help out with that one. But we'll take away from his health. I'm actually curious, what is he doing here? He's getting harassed down quite a bit. As you can see, a little bit of a CS lead built up for Smitty. And it's starting to grow a little bit here as Famco getting a little bit aggressive there. He's going to need to pop his ultimate here very shortly. Or Smitty could potentially, I want to say almost burst him down. He does have his Ignite up. You can see Freeze trying to last hit with those cleavers, but it's just not working out for him right now. And Smitty with the shields, with the Athenes and Holy Grail, and he doesn't have a blue buff, but just able to stay up there for such a long time. And like I was saying before, he doesn't really have any wards down. He's put one ward finally down at the red buff, but Damashka can sneak in from the backside and pick up a pretty easy kill here. Now Nixar forced to use the summoner heal. Ziz gonna pick up the kill right there. A little bit too easy for him. That is now 5-1 in favor of SK, and they're starting to really put the heat, or turn the heat on right now. As you see, Smitty still pushing top. You can see What the Fuck's still pushing middle, and the rest of SK have started to push out bottom lane now. Looks like Nixar disconnecting. There's a little bit of a pause there. I might actually need to pause the game a little bit because we're less than 2 minutes behind now. Smitty kind of getting caught out. Damashka being a little bit too aggressive here, popping the ignite onto him, forced it back, and there's the ultimates used by Yasuo. Smitty picks up the kill on Damashka, looking for a second onto Nidalee right there, but it will be Famco escaping this one for now. As the meantime, Dragon was picked up by Gillis, by himself, actually with Lucian. Ace going to come in on Smitty, almost enough to pick him off, but he does survive with the help of that summoner heal. And they will back off, netting themselves another kill, and netting themselves a Dragon. Yeah, I'm looking at the frames, guys. I haven't dropped any frames, so unfortunately it's not on my end. I believe it's on your end or Twitch's end. But if you're having stream problems, just go ahead and refresh your browser. That might help things out, and it might actually fix it. In the meantime, though, Gillis has picked up his haunting guys. And you see Smitty already working into his death cap here with that you see large rod. Zonia's first buy for Famco, so trying to survive that burst. As he saw right there, he almost got dropped instantly on that combo of Smitty and What the Fucks. So, well, admins are telling me I need to actually pause for a little bit here due to catching up because of the pause that happened. So I believe I might have to actually pause the game for a little bit. But I'm waiting on the official word. Obviously, let me know, Luke, if I need to pause for a minute or so. But otherwise, I'm leaving it on until you do say something. But in the meantime, SK are pushed on this middle turret. It's already down a little bit of life here. Just see Ziz hit it with one little quick combo. Drops pretty damn low here, and well, the 4-man squad, they have a decent disengage with the help of Elise, Thresh, not to mention Yasuo, and Smitty, in the meantime, just going to split push top lane. And I've seen Freeze struggling with this so far. He hasn't really built any health just yet. Unless he does get some from the Spirit Visage, but not as good as a Sunfire Cape. And he's going to keep this up. How low is that turret now? Let me check him with that. Down about half, close to that. He's slowly running away at it right now, and you can see Zwiz just doesn't want to get caught out. And now, actually, What the Fuck's gonna go down towards the bomb side here and actually clear out that way. So SK gonna back off on the aggression towards middle. I have to alt tab out just to see the admin chat. See if they're telling me to pause or not. It looks like Famco gonna get caught out. The hook does land. The Nami ultimate gonna be coming in to knock them up, but the Zonius isn't really gonna buy him time, but it actually has. He's survived. He's been able to get away, but Zwiz picks up the first kill on Nami. You can see Smitty off to the side with the ultimate on top of him, trying to stay alive here. Freeze popping his ulti. Do they have an ignite? No, they don't to actually stop that. Now Zwiz getting caught out here. He will get the shield from Lulu here, but Thresh will be taken down by the Spirit of Famco, and that Zonius, well, if we had any question whether or not it was worth it as a first buy, what we saw right there, it kept him alive. He was able to escape. Meantime, though, SK gonna push onto this middle turret here, looking to take it down. But I imagine, no, not really gonna be able to do too much about that. Okay, I see what they want me to do. So we're gonna actually look at that last fight again to kill two birds with one stone. And see Famco gonna get locked down by the hook, but they don't have the burst just yet. And with the help of the Zonias and the Nami wave, this is what confused me. He's able to escape completely because we had at least actually repel instead of trying to burst him down. And from that, he gets up to the side. He gets to, really support from here. Gets to keep landing spears. You saw it there. Held on the kill Nagillis. Zy10 as well. He's going to hit with a spear in the face here in just a few seconds. And again, that's what an AP Nidalee does. And that's why she was banned out so often. And well, now I'm going to keep the replay running from here. Or the game running from here. Because now we're about 2.5 to 3 minutes behind where we should be. But still, even with that last fight, I still feel like SK are pretty damn far ahead. I mean, it's reflected in the gold as well. 4,000 in their favor. Almost 5. So yeah, they lost on a couple of people there, but they're still ahead. And let's see if they can keep that up here. As you can see, went up to Fox. Well, he wasn't in there in that fight, if I remember correctly. And that would have changed things completely around if he was, because you can see he's pretty fed right now. 195 CS, has a BF sword, has the static shiv as well. He could probably take Nixar on 1v1 here, but so just gonna back away, regroup with his team. And then try to probably push somewhere else, but he was catching up for Reese here. Not sure what that was, but that is a giant spider now. Probably a little bit of a misclick there, I would have to say. And now they're clearing out the vision on Baron. We're only 20 minutes in, and yet they're kind of starting to put that pressure on, and not to mention grouping up middle. So almost has his Trinity Force now done here. And the Spears will be coming in from Funka, but they don't have that great of wave clear without Caitlyn there, and she's the only real form of it, and they will pick up a turret very easily. Catching RoX out in the wrong place, and now leading 5-1 in terms of that. They have that 5,000 goal lead as well, and Dragon will move up in about a minute's time, so I wonder if we're going to see them actually go for it or not. Or set up for it and bait RoX in for a fight, and only time will tell on that one. As you can take a look at the items yet again, nothing's really changed too much for both teams, except they faced them out and it has been finished for Zy10. And a lot of players switching over to the sweeping lens trinket. Not to mention Freeze has finally been able to build a giant spot here for a little bit of HP. So let's see, the Death Cap Hazard finished off by Smitty. And what the Fox getting caught out. And Lee Sin coming from the backside, Damashka will be able to open up on something here. He's not going to actually just straight up kick him, not even try to go for the Q. Let's see if the wind wall comes in. It looks like Thresh coming in alone has just pressured them back. I'm not really sure why they're running away from this. They have the ward control to actually see who's coming in, and instead they just back away. I think that was maybe something they didn't really need to. Now Zwiz gonna get caught out. No pop the flash. We'll get the healing and the lantern. Look at the burst shielding as well. And he will survive. And you see Nixar picking up a last whisper here. The Dragon has come up. Teleport coming in from Freeze. They're trying to stall him for time. And let's see what happens. Nope, they pick up Dragon way too quickly. Now they're going for the engage on the backside here. Well, they have Mundo and Lee Sin over towards Nomad's land. And Famco gonna pop his Zonias, looking to escape. He has flash. He will not land it over the wall. And he will be taken down. But we saw Freeze and we saw Damashka go towards the south side here for no reason, trying to go around the backside of Dragon Pit. Because of that, they got a nice 5-on-3 engage. And they pick up a nice easy kill and potentially an inhibitor turret here. Let's see if they do continue on, though. They have the wave clear, and they have Mundo off to their side. I don't think they really care. The flash Cocoon, I believe, came in, but didn't connect. Inhibitor turret dropping very, very fast. That will be now 6-1 in terms of that. They won't go for inhibitor, since Famco will be back up here in just a few. But they will back away. Hook connecting on the Nixar. They probably could have turned that one around if they wanted to. Instead, just going to try to back away. Side 10 will get caught out by the Q out of Damashka, but Goldance will be able to save his life here. Let's look at gold. Yeah, all of them have over 1,000 gold to spend. Almost all of them have over 1,200. And Zwiz is really close to finishing that Triforce, and I believe what the Fox should have. Well, he won't have his Infinity Edge done, but he could go for a Bloodthirst if he wants, though. And yeah, that's not typically what you do see, but the bubble landing. This could be the engage that RoX wanted, but no, they do back away. Freeze gonna get caught with the hook. Knockup will come in, onto the right targets here, and RoX are looking for maybe a fight here. I thought that could have been it. Laying the bubbles onto two people, if they're in the right spot, they probably could have engaged. Instead, playing a little bit slow here, playing a little bit cautious. I'm trying to play with the poke game here, and right now, comes to wave clear yet again. You have a Yasuo, you have a Lucian. And the Cullen going to be used to stall for a little bit of time, but will it be enough here? Freeze actually going to tank up the Cullen. They're going to go for the engage on his Wiz. He will get pulled back with the Lantern and the flay away onto Damashka. He's being chased down by Yasuo now, but he will be able to escape. What the Fox not able to capture him just yet. Not able to knock him up, but they will pick up the turret. Now you see pings coming down the inhibitor, and I believe SK are going to go back by and go for a push onto that. All right, so we're hitting that 25-minute mark in here. The game's starting to get pretty damn tense here. Dragging out up for a while. SK with those pings. Remember, I want to just reiterate this, you know, this, or what I said earlier on, the fact that this isn't the SK that actually qualified into this, but this is, you know, a newer team coming in, and I've actually not heard of either of these players, and honestly, they're doing a fantastic job so far. Taking down probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, you know, Eastern teams in Europe here. Nixar getting caught out. He will be dropped down with the help of that knockup by What the Fox, and that will be a double kill not picked up for Zwiz. Not to mention an inhibitor on top of that here, so they will be able to pick up a free inhib off of this. And maybe even be able to back away and go for a Baron, and even they had Damashko off to the side to potentially get caught out. And so they will walk to the bush, clear out that pink ward, and start up the Baron here. And we're thinking about Baron between Lee Sin and Elise. I believe Elise does have that edge with that percent damage based on HP, but will they clear out the vision here? And there's a ward sitting in the back of pit. They don't even have a sweeping lens up. They don't have a pink ward, and this is going to be very bad for them. Yes, they have vision over the side, but they don't actually see out where Damashko is. And right now, Smitty trying to stall, does pop the ultimate, trying to buy some time here. As Baron down to 2,000 HP. See Damashko decide trying to get in, trying to look for something. He does land the Q, but will he get the smite? No, he won't. Smitty will pick up a 1v1, and then at least will actually pick up the Baron. Now Damashko getting caught with the cocoon. He will be dropped, and that will be 2 kills, and Baron picked up. And maybe another one as Promco even quit the game, and they have surrendered. So RoX giving up game 1 here, and SK now up with a 1-0 lead here, now 1 game away from joining everyone else here into the semifinals. So guys, we're going to go a quick little break here, but when we come back, we'll have game 2 underway. Hopefully it won't be that long of a break, and we'll see you guys in just a few.